Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Wherever you may be around this globe, whatever you may be doing, I want you to grab that pen and paper today because I want to tell you, you're going to find some tips, some very, very profitable tips that's going to take your business to the next level. It's going to take you to the next level in 2022. So, whatever
Absolutely.
you're doing today, okay, find that pen and that paper and begin to jot down some notes because today we're going to share with you some things that's going to help you maximize your potential. And with
Yeah.
that being said, I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach. And that's exactly what I do, help you to maximize your potential and
hmm
stop leaving money on the table.
On the
And I
table.
do this by teaching you how to write your book and
hmm
get your book out there and not having it sitting around in boxes, in the corner of a garage, collecting dust and deteriorating. Because
Right.
your message is very important to get
hmm
out there to your ideal audience.
hmm
It's
hmm
very important.
It's
And
very important.
how I teach you, some different tricks. And I won't say
hmm
even tricks, let's say tips and
Uh-huh.
strategies
Uh-huh.
that will help you save time and avoid making those costly mistakes. Because mistakes can be costly,
Yeah.
Tiffany. They could be
hmm
very costly. And,
Absolutely.
it will stagnate a person from
hmm
getting to their next level. So come
Sure
on,
will.
Tiffany, introduce yourself and tell the people who you are.
I am Tiffany Rochelle. I am a heart and goal coach. I am super excited to be here on this morning. Um, for some reason, I can't get this little frog out of my throat, but as I keep talking, it's kind of going to go away. So, right about now, bear with me in my raspy voice. And yes, I have been talking this morning, but I am the host of Hear My Heart, Hear My Heart show. And I am the co host of Turning Your Passion into Profit. If I'm gonna tell you about me, I might as well tell you about me, right? I do encourage women to rid the toxins from their heart and to set goals that are true to you. So everything that's in your heart, it does come out. Any and everything that's in you is going to show out. So therefore, it is my task that I have taken on to help excavate those issues out of your heart so that you will be able to function and you will be able to be a happier individual. Also wrote a book, I Choose Me, and you're able to obtain that at my website. It is scrolling across the screen at the bottom. Or either you could go to Amazon.com and go pick up that book. Just put in I Choose Me by Tiffany Rochelle, and you're able to obtain that. We also like for you to drop your comments in the chat. So please, please, please say hi to us. Let us know if you're watching live or if you're catching us on the replay. Give us that good old hashtag live and or hashtag replay. We greatly appreciate that. But share the show with a friend or family member, co-worker. Share the show with someone. Don't keep it all this goodness to yourself, but just make sure you go ahead and share it, or either text a friend, text a loved one, and let them know that we are on and it is time to turn your passion into profit.
Turning your passion into profit.
Yeah.
Just thinking today's Thursday, just thinking about the weekend and, it's what? The last really shopping weekend before the holiday season
Yeah,
starts.
it is.
Well,
Yeah.
not the season, Christmas, okay? Before
Mm-hmm.
Christmas starts. And,
Mm-hmm.
this is a great time. And I'm going to drop my link in there also,
Mm-hmm.
where viewers, you need to think about investing in yourself, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Invest in yourself
Yeah.
instead of thinking about, investing or spending money on things that's gonna deteriorate or
Mm-hmm.
going to break or gonna lose their value. Because good morning, Janea, how you doing today? Um, a lot of times people don't think that they're the hot commodity.
Right.
They don't see themselves as being valuable. And when we're
Right.
talking about, taking things to the next level, we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about, taking our
Mm-hmm.
business to the next level,
Yeah.
taking our
Yeah.
mindset to the next level, and all of
Mm-hmm.
those things. So
Mm-hmm.
in the coming year, you can maximize your potential. So
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
that's why Tiffany has dropped her link in a comment for her book, I Choose Me. And I'm dropping my link in there for, okay, here we go right here. One of my links, it tells people, good
You did
morning,
it already?
Jean. How you doing today? How to write their books. It's called the Ultimate Guide to Writing Your Book. And
Come
it takes you
on.
everywhere from the idea up until, when that book is out there,
Hmm. Hmm.
saving people time
Yeah.
and avoid making those costly mistakes. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
as I sit back and I look at some things that's going on in people's business, I
Hmm.
I see them, remaining at the same place year
Hmm.
in and year out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these past 2 days, I have been, going from this show, going to my
Hmm.
calendar because
Hmm.
people have been chiming in. They might not get in the comments, but they've been chiming in,
Hmm.
um, saying, I need help with my business. I
Hmm.
need help
Hmm.
with my business.
Hmm.
And I get online with them and do this Zoom. And yesterday we were talking about, how
Hmm.
authors, what was that show's title yesterday? Talking about authors. And we were talking about products. You remember, Tiffany, we were talking about products.
Hmm.
And,
Hmm.
you know, I want to tell you, viewers, I want to tell you, authors, for the next season, okay?
Hmm.
Think about ways that you could take your audience into a deeper dive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now, and I've been doing this probably about a week now. I've been
Yeah.
writing a curriculum, outside of to take my audience into a deeper dive because what I have written in the past,
Hmm.
I could take them into a deeper dive.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have a
Yeah.
one-on-one coaching program that's, going to be available after
Hmm.
the holidays in
Hmm.
January. And
Good
it's
stuff.
a one-on-one coaching program that will take the authors into a deeper dive.
Yeah.
It's something that's going to be a game changer in their lives. And when
Good.
we're talking about, authors, I want you to know that even if you have a book that you have written, say this year or
Hmm.
last year or the year before, hey,
Hmm.
there's something that you can always do to take your audience into a deeper
Yeah.
dive.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't leave it there.
Hmm.
You can't leave it there.
You can't. You can't. Hmm. You can't leave them there. You always should have them growing, and they should always be able to expound. They shouldn't just have to stay surface. We spoke about that on yesterday's show, and I love how we kind of give recaps from yesterday and make it present in this particular moment. But that's what we talked about. Is you always want to grow, and I think that's something that we ever talk about. And as long as you probably are going to hear this show, there's always going to be talk about growth. You always should make sure you grow and expand, and shouldn't just be stuck on just staying on the surface. So you should always want to be able just to make sure that you're fertilizing those roots, because that's what's going to be able to help you stand the test of times. That's going to be able to help you grow, is when them roots are sure and you got a good foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to be able to stand. Trees grow. I mean, we're here in Florida. We get hurricanes a lot. And, there's
Yeah.
a lot of trees that has stood, the test of time, but they got some good roots that's going in
Mm-hmm.
there. They have been fertilized. They got it, whether it's been, I'm not going to be that graphic, but they got some good fertilizer that has been put on, these trees.
Yeah.
So for they have been around. And for us, if we take in knowledge, if we go ahead and make sure we read books and we're networking with individuals, that is helping us to grow. That's helping us to expand. And that's helping us to become better, going a little bit deeper, or, as you like to say, to dive deep.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, always grow. Have to grow. It's
Have to
imperative.
go.
Yeah.
We have to go, and we grow each and every day. That's why we read so much. If you say that you're an author, if you
Mhm.
a writer, you have to read to
Have
expand that
to.
mindset. And Jean
Mhm.
said, yeah, I need to know how to take my readers into a deeper dive.
Mhm.
And there's ways to take your readers into a deeper dive as
Yeah.
you grow. Um, your readers have to grow. You
Mhm.
take them along with you,
Mhm.
and different things of that nature. Your message change, your message shift. your message takes them into those areas, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes
Yeah.
them into those areas. And that's one of the things that
Mm-hmm.
intrigue them, that they
Yeah.
want to buy more, that they want to, get to know that author,
Mm-hmm.
because you have taken them somewhere that really has
Yeah.
transformed their lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important, can't stay
Yeah.
with the status quo,
You
this is a
cannot.
book
You
writing
cannot.
journey. This
It's
is
a
a book
journey.
writing journey,
It
you
definitely
know.
is a journey. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's
And
definitely a journey. And you got to be glad about being on it though. Sometimes you're just there on the journey. Enjoy every moment of the journey,
yeah,
even the valleys of the journey, the
yeah,
highs of the journey and the lows of the journey. Enjoy everything. And even
mhm,
enjoy those moments where you feel like you want to give up. Now, in that moment you're not, but when you look back on it, you're like,
mhm,
"Man, I remember that time." You ever have something happen to you in life and in that moment you're pissed. Oh man,
mhm,
and you just mad. But as time goes on and that's no longer a thorn in your flesh no more, it is, you kind
mhm,
of heal that situation, you look back at it and start laughing. And you wonder like, man, why was I tripping? It wasn't even that serious in the moment. Oh, it was real. And so like,
mhm.
even then, it's a part of enjoying the journey. You're still enjoying
Yeah.
that, even though you can now look back and kind of laugh, you can chuckle about whatever that little pitfall was. And you'll probably see it then. Somebody may have even told you, chill out. It's not that serious.
That's
Yeah,
it.
not. And they'll tell you that. You're like, no, but you're magnifying something that doesn't need to be magnified in that moment, but
Mhm,
your feelings. So,
mhm,
you are majoring in something that's super minor, but
mhm.
even then, enjoy the journey of that. You have to
Enjoy
enjoy.
the journey. It's so important, Good morning, Marcia. How you doing today? It's so important. And when you enjoying, being that right, it's not about just writing a book and putting it out
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah,
It's you. It's the very essence of you. It's
yeah.
your vision. It's your message. So you
Mhm,
enjoy it,
mhm.
and
You or you
like
should.
you enjoy it, yeah, like you
Mhm,
enjoy it, your
mhm.
reader's gonna enjoy it because there it's an energy,
Yeah,
everything's about
yeah.
energy. You don't have
Uh-huh.
to be pumped up,
Mhm,
you don't have to be
mhm.
pumped up
Yeah,
about
yeah.
your vision. And that's
Mhm,
the same energy that you have to translate in that message. Okay, because books have feelings, okay? And when
yeah.
somebody reads a book and it's not just clicking, it's not just, hitting that right thing, there was
Mhm.
no energy placed in that book.
Uh-huh,
You have to
uh-huh.
love it. It has to come from your
Mhm.
heart. It has to
Has
come from your
to,
core. It has
has to.
to. It's
Mhm,
very important.
mhm,
It's very,
mhm.
very important.
It
But
is very,
yeah, you have to enjoy this writing journey. And
yeah,
that takes us into, this the first talking point. Create
yeah,
your presence. You
yeah.
know,
Have
create
to.
your presence. Don't wait for nobody to create your presence. You create your presence. You know,
Yeah.
some sometimes people is sit back and say, "Oh, I'm waiting
Mhm.
for so and so to
Yeah,
invite me here and invite me there." No, you create your presence.
you do it.
As
You
an
do it.
author, you have to create your presence.
You must. It's
Okay?
imperative.
People don't want to create. They
Mhm,
want to sit back and wait for somebody else to do it. Like you want
mhm,
to sit back or
mhm,
to wait for somebody to get your book out there. Okay?
mm-mm,
You
mhm,
sit back, oh, I need this person to put this on their platform, to put me on their platform so I could get my book out there. You create
mm-mm,
your own presence.
mhm. You
And
do it.
it doesn't even start with, once your book is out. It starts
Mhm.
before that. It
It do.
starts before that. And I'm
Mhm,
gonna piggyback on something that I mentioned yesterday. And it
mhm.
wasn't even, something I was talking about, but be press ready. Okay? Be
Yeah.
press ready.
Uh-huh.
If I could have turned around this computer, I could show you what I have over here. That when the
Mhm,
media show up, I'm press
mhm.
ready. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm press
Yeah.
ready.
Mhm,
Okay. These are
mhm.
some things that you need to think about,
Yeah.
even before your book has even become, it's finished. Be
Mhm.
press ready.
Yeah.
Create your presence. What are you waiting
Mhm,
on?
mhm,
You know,
mhm,
we shouldn't be
mhm,
sitting back waiting on somebody to make it
mhm.
happen. We have to
Yeah.
make it happen ourselves.
Yeah.
It's the energy that you put into something that's going to cause it to have that momentum. And we're going to talk
Mm-hmm.
about momentum later on, to have that momentum. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
you're not excited about it, if you're not creating that thing, guess what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait
Yeah.
on somebody else to do it for you,
Mm-hmm.
author.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How are you showing up?
Right. Right.
You said this,
Mm-hmm.
this is your message, this is your book, it's important to you, but how are you showing up?
How are you showing up? Mm-hmm. That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is very important. Yeah. Because when you're creating something, um, it's like your thoughts or your imaginations that are
Mm-hmm.
at work or they're coming into play. And in the process of you creating, and in your presence is just basically your poise and your self-assurance. It's the quality or the manner in what you present yourself to the audience. So you
Mm-hmm.
presenting this individual that you are, you, like you said, you can't wait for you to present, for someone to present you to their audience. You create who you are, but then in the process of you creating that, therefore what you have created and the presence that you have shown, it's given other people the opportunity whose platform you were trying to get on. Now they
Mm-hmm.
see who you are. Now they're like, oh, this is who you're talking about. The unfortunate thing about people is sometimes they become bandwagons or bandwagoners. They
Mm-hmm.
don't. Now I want to have you around because I see you out, and they didn't want to be the first person, to be
Mm-hmm.
able to have you there or whatever. So once you start creating that, and then sometimes you may be the person that's in hot demand, and now they're wishing they would have been able to get you at that point, whatever the case may be. But when you're creating your presence, you are making yourself known.
Yes.
You are setting yourself up to be like, hey world, here I am. This is
Yes.
the individual, especially for in some people who have known you from your past tense. They may
Mm-hmm.
have known you from that individual that you were before. Well,
Mm-hmm.
here is time for you to create, and meaning to evolve and to show that person
Yes.
that you evolved into now. So now you have to show individuals, hey, this is who I am now. I am not who I was before. I am me now. You knew me before. At least that's what I did with my children. I knew my kid. I seen them from baby, from in here. They were in the womb. I felt them. I knew them when they were moving.
Yes.
And as they came out, I saw them growing up, but they're always my babies. For me, I had to shift my mindset. They're 24, 23, and 19 now. I had to shift my
Mm-hmm.
mindset to say, they're no longer babies. Wait, you're grown. Wait a minute, you have an opinion. Wait a minute, you're making decisions. Wait a minute. So they have evolved. And now they're creating their own presence. They're creating their own. I got a music producer, I got a songwriter, and a basketball player. So they have created their own presence. They're not just Tiffany's kids. They're not just Cole's kids. They are their own individuals, and they have created their own world, and they
Yes.
known as who they are because of what it is that they do. But they've made it known.
Make
So,
it
and they
known.
didn't wait for somebody, hey man, bring me on to here. No, this
Yes.
is him, and I want you to come in.
Oh,
So
yes. That is
yeah.
so true. Yeah. This is like you said, make it known. Make it known who you are. And, and we're going to interject even here, get out that old mindset that's
Yeah.
prideful. Okay? You got to
There
pull
you
out
go.
you got to pull out these trees. I'm
Hmm.
telling you, audience, we going to the root.
Hmm.
Everything you hear on this broadcast, we're not sugarcoating it.
No,
We're not
no.
dealing with surface things. We want your mindset to be changed. Okay?
Mhm,
It's not
mhm,
a prideful thing
mhm.
to, announce who you are, how you
No,
show up. Okay?
right,
When you
right.
walk into the room, that energy is supposed to change. You're
It should be
supposed to
there.
shift the atmosphere.
You
You're
shifted.
an atmosphere shifter. Okay?
Yes, yes, you do it.
They might not even know your name, but they will know your
Mhm.
business. Okay?
They gonna
They will
they
know your business just by
mhm.
your presence.
Just by your presence alone. Yep.
Yeah, just by
Just
your
by your
presence
presence
alone and your message. They will know it if you show up the right way.
alone. Mhm,
Okay?
mhm, mhm,
They will
mhm.
want you. You will be in high demand.
Yeah, yeah,
We taking you
yeah,
somewhere, okay? I don't
yeah,
want y'all to get lost along the
yeah.
way. We're
Mhm.
taking you somewhere, okay?
Mhm. Stay on the
This is
journey.
how 2022 gonna look for you,
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
Maximizing your potential. Got to get out that old mindset. Like
Yeah.
Tommy said, what Big Mama said, which you've been hearing all your life, okay?
Yeah.
That is the way it
Mhm.
is, okay?
Mhm.
You're not being
Mhm.
prideful. You're maximizing who you are,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
We are much bigger than the body that we have. I mean, some of us have big bodies, but whatever. But we're much bigger than that, okay? I'm just going to drop it there, okay? Because you have to make it plain for some people. But we're
You
much
make
bigger
it
than this. This
live.
is not who we are, Tiffany.
Yeah. Yeah. Make it live.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
Mhm.
limitations. This is
Mhm.
limitation. Who we are is on the inside of us.
That's it.
You know, we are bigger than what we are on the outside.
You are. Absolutely.
And people don't even realize, you
Mhm.
know, how big they are, how much potential they have.
Mhm.
Good morning,
Mhm.
Janelle. How you doing
Mhm.
today? They don't
Mhm.
realize how much potential they have.
Mhm.
And they're
Mhm.
not maximizing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
got to
Mhm.
take things to the next level. In
You have to.
2022,
Mhm.
take it to the next level.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
you show up. You be unapologetically you. You know, I had to tell, I
Unapologetic.
think it was it yesterday or the day before? You know, I had these meetings with people
Mhm.
and they were saying something. I say, honey, be unapologetically you. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
A girl was telling me about writing her book and stuff like that, and she said, you know, I have this and that going on. You know, talking about her book. I'm not going to bring it out there or anything,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
you know, and I say, there's nothing wrong with that. I said,
Yes.
people would love to
Mhm.
hear about that. You
Mhm.
know, I
Mhm.
said, don't think it's strange.
Mhm.
Everybody's different. Be unapologetically you and
You.
get your message out there,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
And I gave her,
Mhm.
you know, the links to some of the things that could help her,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm. That's good.
my products and services
Mhm.
and different things of that nature.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
So, listeners, if you're listening to this broadcast, I'm going to let
Mhm.
you know, okay? We're going to pull it out of you. We're going
Yeah.
to pull it out of you.
Mhm.
But you have to activate what you hear on these
Have to.
broadcasts.
Have
Okay?
to.
You
Have
have
to.
to.
Mhm.
Because
That's
pretty much, you know, we're pulling the real you out.
yeah.
But you
Be
have
the
to do
person you
your
involved.
part
Mhm.
and walk forward in it. Receive the
Absolutely.
things that we are telling you.
Mhm.
Because you are more than, you know, what you can ever imagine. You
Mhm.
have to sit back and get into that quiet place to find out who you really are and how
Mhm.
much you have to offer.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know,
You do.
never be
Mhm.
afraid. You know,
Don't be
it's all
afraid.
about, you know, how people show up. You know,
Yeah.
create your presence. You've got to create
Mhm.
your presence.
You have to. You have to. And you gotta not be afraid of stepping out of the box of comfort that
Yeah.
you were before, because there's those thought that person that you have evolved into needs to be the one to show up, but you're just still comfortable in showcasing the individual you were because you think
Yeah.
that that's what everybody likes. You think that that's what everybody wants to see.
Mm-hmm.
Evolve. Start showing the real. People are drawn to people who are real. You know, I mean, oh,
That's
you real. That's real. That you talking for
yeah.
real. You oh, that's no cap. You know, depending on who you're
Yeah.
talking to, they are drawn and want to be involved and around somebody that's real. So tell your
Yeah.
story. Tell who you are. Show up as who you are. Show
Yeah.
up in the now, and then don't be afraid to take your limits off. Make
Oh,
your
yeah.
presence known. That person that you have grown into being, be authentically that person. You are
Mhm.
destined to be the person you are now, and you're still going to grow. You're still
Yeah.
getting better, but it's very important and imperative that you live in your now. Show up who you are now.
Mm-hmm.
Show us, because we need that. Not only do we need that, you need to do that. You need
Yeah.
to show up as the person you are now, embracing who you are now, and you'll be better for it now.
Yeah.
Really.
Now,
Mhm.
you know, um, let's see and that's true. She said, yes, I had to come out of my comfort zone. I was afraid. I
Yeah.
had to get over that fear. Yeah, you
Mhm.
had to get over that fear,
Gotta
okay?
get over it.
Because of
Gotta get
things
over
that you have heard that people have said,
Mhm.
limitations that you put on yourself. You know
Mhm.
how you do fear? You use fear as a stepping stone to get you to your
Yeah.
next level. You use it
Mhm.
as a launching pad to get to your next level. When fear
Mhm.
shows up, always
Mhm.
remember this. When
Mhm.
fear shows up, there's opportunities that's around there.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is.
Opportunities.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
when fear shows up, you should
Mhm.
applaud fear because it's nothing but opportunities.
Uh-huh.
Say,
It is
thank
an
you.
opportunity.
It's
Mhm.
opportunity. Okay.
Mhm.
That's where the
Mhm.
opportunities. People sometimes don't understand this. Yeah,
Mhm.
Janelle say stop living in the past. That's right.
Mhm.
You have to
Gotta
live
stay.
in the present. In the present.
Stay
Okay.
here.
The
Yeah.
past has gone.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
The
That's passed
future,
away.
you don't know. But
Mhm.
live in the present. That's another way.
Mhm.
Create your
Mhm.
space. Create your
Mhm.
space right now. Live in the present
In the
and
present.
enjoy the present.
Mhm. Yeah, you
Mhm.
have to. Absolutely, you
Well,
have to. You got
yeah,
to absolutely do that. Cause but that fear ain't nothing but, and that's what they say. The fear is false evidence appearing real. So
yeah,
it's just something that has captivated you, and you're like, no, I can't do that. Sure, you can do that. All it's doing is just paralyzing your little nerves and saying, I'm stopped. I can't do it. I can't do it. I
yeah,
bet you when you realize that it's for real, that I can do this,
yeah,
man, take the limits off of that and go ahead and go for it. That's your opportunity, because once you realize it's not real, I can do this.
yeah.
That's your opportunity to go ahead. Here we go. Ha ha. And there she go. What do you say? You applaud fear. Thank you for showing up, because you almost paralyzed me in this moment. And I almost didn't accomplish what I
That's
needed
right.
to accomplish, because what you showed me that wasn't real, I almost believed it. So
Yes,
stop me from accomplishing what I should have been accomplishing. But thank you for showing up, because you made me a better individual. So fear, I appreciate you.
yeah.
You almost had me. No, you didn't. Thank you for showing up, because I became greater because you showed up. So I'm grateful for
That
you
is
telling me
true.
to applaud fear. Thank you. When fear
Yeah,
comes, I am going to applaud it, because it ain't real.
it's
It
not
feels
real.
real. It feels like I can't, but it's a feeling, because feelings are fleeting. They go away. So if
You
I
got that
embrace
right.
the fearful moment, in that moment, I'm stuck and I will not grow. But thank you for showing up, fear. I'm going to laugh in the face of fear.
That's it. Because that's where opportunities are. And she said
Yes,
most of it, Janaea said most of it is imagined. Yeah,
it
it's
is.
imagined.
Mhm,
Okay. The same way you use your imagination to think of all those things that are crippling, those things that paralyze you.
mhm, mhm,
Imagine yourself. You have to
mhm,
visualize yourself in a
mhm,
different place.
mhm,
Use
mhm,
visualization. Okay.
mhm,
And
mhm.
take all that foolishness off that you have heard in the past, okay,
Yeah.
about visualization and all this stuff, okay?
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Visualize where you need to be.
Yeah.
Set those goals, set those plans, and
Mhm,
activate those plans
mhm,
and get where you need to be.
mhm,
Use
mhm.
fear as a launching pad to get
Yeah.
to your next
Mhm,
opportunity,
mhm,
okay?
mhm,
Create
mhm,
your presence.
mhm,
You have to create your presence and
mhm.
stop
Have
having
to.
it in your mind, that old mind say, oh, I'm be prideful. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
prideful. No, you're not
Mhm,
prideful. That's what has held you back. In
mhm, mhm.
2022, you're going to be unapologetically you. Don't care who says what, don't care if they like it or not. You will be unapologetically you.
Mhm.
Okay? You're
Absolutely.
not responsible for how people feel about you.
Mhm,
That's
mhm,
not your
mhm,
problem. You just
mhm,
do what you know is right in your heart
mhm. Yeah.
to get
Mhm.
your business to the next level.
That part. Mhm,
That part,
mhm,
that part, to
mhm,
get your book out there, to get your
mhm,
message to people
mhm,
that need to hear your message. Because
mhm.
all these things are stumbling blocks that will
Yeah.
cause your message to be held back
Yeah. Mhm.
from you maximizing your potential. And
Yeah.
then here on the flip side,
Mhm,
where you could have used that money in order to, invest in yourself, whether it's books or taking your programs to another level or hiring people, as
mhm,
to assist you in your business or whatever, here you are stuck
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
mindset.
Mindset. Mm-hmm.
Create your space, create
Mm-hmm.
your presence for this
Mm-hmm.
upcoming year. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see before we move on.
Mm-hmm. You got to create
Judy
some
say,
space.
yes, ma'am. That's it. Create
Mm-hmm.
your presence. And that
Mm-hmm.
moves us into maximizing your space.
Max.
Maximize your space. Be
Mm-hmm.
everywhere that you can be. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Be
Uh-huh.
everywhere that you can be. Let your
Mm-hmm.
name be that household name. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't hold back on what's inside of you. Stop being
Mm-hmm.
ashamed of the gifts, talents, and abilities that are
Mm-hmm.
inside of you. Learn
Mm-hmm.
how to perfect those things. Learn
Yeah.
how to invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That means spend the money to get the right coaching that will take
Mm-hmm.
you to the next level so you can show up the right way that you need to show up.
You sure
You know,
should. Absolutely.
maximize your space. Okay,
Absolutely.
it's not the same
Mm-hmm.
old, same old. There's a lot of outdated things out there that is no longer being done today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of outdated things.
Mm-hmm.
Stop following those outdated things. And Tiffany, we even talked about it yesterday, you know, about watching technology. What's
Yeah.
technology doing? If you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what's happening and you can't see what's happening, you just follow technology. Follow
Mm-hmm.
Zuckerberg over there on Facebook. See
Mm-hmm.
how he's doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
See how he's doing things.
Yeah.
Because these
Mm-hmm.
people are launching forward. They have a
Mm-hmm.
forecast. And
They
it's not
move.
it's way past 2022. It's way past that.
Uh-huh.
You know, when
It's the
we
truth.
set goals, when we set
Mm-hmm.
our plans, when we forecasting things, you see, this is
Mm-hmm.
visualization, seeing
Yep.
how things gonna
See.
go. It's way down that highway. It's
Mm-hmm.
way down that highway.
Way down there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We might be going in 2022, but we didn't forecast that thing out to 2032.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You
Yeah,
have to know. You
you
gotta know.
gotta see it that way. So
You
you
have
have
to.
to maximize your space
Mm-hmm.
to be ready to walk that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, you're gonna cut yourself off.
You
And
are.
then sometimes people wonder why they're having problems in certain areas in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because now
Mm-hmm.
they're in a place that's tight and it's
Mm-hmm.
squeezing them.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Mm-hmm.
this where they could have been further down in another space. You see,
Mm-hmm.
it's coming out with this thing. Here goes scripture. He placed your
Okay.
feet in large places. In
Yeah.
large places. He picked
Yeah.
you up and put your feet in large places.
Okay.
You
Mm-hmm.
outgrown this space. Okay, that's why
Mm-hmm.
you are coming into opposition because
Mm-hmm.
you're not supposed to be there. You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be further along.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta grow.
Maximize your space.
You gotta
Maximize
move.
your space. Be
Mm-hmm.
everywhere that you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Mm-hmm.
that proper coaching that will
Yeah.
show you, teach you the
Mm-hmm.
right way to do things. That's
True.
investing in yourself. You
That
know?
is investing in yourself. And when you're
Yeah.
showing up at those particular places, wherever it is that you need to be, like you're saying, be ready when you're
Yeah.
there. Like if you're a presenter, if you're a speaker, if you're an author, whatever it is that you are, you better have your elevator pitch, your elevator speech ready because you got to maximize that moment. You never know who it is that you're coming in contact with. You
That's
never
it.
know who it is that you're going to be speaking to. So in the process of you being prepared, know what it is that you're selling, know whatever it is that you're wanting to present to that individual because that's your moment. You're not going to get that moment again. So in that point, in that process, make sure you maximize that moment. They may say, hey, I need you to come up and go ahead and can you have a speech here if you're at a networking event?
Mm-hmm.
This person canceled on us and we need somebody. And I know I just met you, but I liked what you were presenting to me in this moment. Can you go ahead and just give us a few words and let us know what it is? But you were ready in that moment when
Mm-hmm.
you introduced yourself to that individual. You maximize that little bit of space that you had
Yeah.
with that person. So then that grew another network. And so now that's presented you before people. And now you have opened up your network because you created some space. And now the space that you created, you're maximizing it to its fullest potential because you were ready. You prepared yourself to when I talk to this person, I'm going to say this, I'm going to be ready. I might be a little nervous, but I'm going to make sure you maximize every moment, every second of your time because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what it is, but
That's it.
creating your presence and maximizing your space, and that matters.
Yeah.
matters.
I like how you tied that in. That's right. That is right. And you see, that goes back to being authentic. That goes back to knowing who you are and being
Mhm.
authentic. Because
Yeah.
somebody could call you at a moment's time. Okay, you got 5 minutes to present a message. What
Yep.
do you have time to get it together and
Oh,
go? Oh, I got to go study this. I got to go. No, you don't.
it need to
Always
be
be
in you.
ready. But
It need to be in
if
you.
it's your authentic message, and if it's you, and
Mhm.
you and your vision, you and your message, you and your business are one.
It's
If
in
you
you.
can see that together, okay. If
Mhm.
there's unity there,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
could be like turn around right now. They got the mic in your face. Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
So
How you gonna show up?
good morning, people. Hey, how you doing? It's good to be here. I'm gonna go on with it. You know what? And but
Yeah.
me knowing who my audience is, I you should have been paying attention to who your audience is, so you know what angle you're coming from, because you're still creating and maximizing your space. You got to know who it is that you're presenting to. So can I talk? Oh, I need to talk to you. If it was me, I'm going to talk to you about setting some goals. Oh, you guys have already seemed to be pretty accomplished. So you might have some trauma that's going on. Here it is. You
Mm-hmm.
know what? None of y'all seemingly seem to be together. This is my opportunity to maximize it. I'm going to just talk about my book. Like depending upon where you're at, know who you're talking to so you can take
Mm-hmm.
advantage of. And then again, talk about it all, because that's who you are. This is what you
That's
deal
it.
with. But what you hone heavy in on, you might, but I'm going to go talk heavy about this. I'm going to talk heavy
Mm-hmm.
about that. But make sure you tell them all of whatever it is. It's your story, but you know how to
Mm-hmm.
get in and get out. And don't overtake. If they tell you to take 5 minutes, take the 5 minutes,
That's
because you
right.
never want to disrespect whatever they're saying. They
Oh
said,
yeah.
I'm giving you 5 minutes to do this. Make sure you maximize your 5 minutes, but
That's right.
don't go over that time, because I can't count on you. I told you to do
That's
this
right.
and now you didn't do it. I'm not counting on you for doing anything else. You ruined your moment.
That's right. That's right. Janelle say you're talking heavy, come with it. And that's the
You
truth.
come,
That's the truth. You never
you
want to
come.
be disrespect and
Yeah.
overdo it.
Mhm.
That's true, That's true. That's another
Mhm.
way of showing up the right way. We talked about that previously,
Oh.
about showing up the right way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I seen the rest of the comments last night. They
Mhm.
find they looked at the program. They looked at the program. That was the only way that they were gonna know about it.
Right. You better look though. You
Yep.
better look.
Better
Mhm.
look and get out there and be known, y'all. Get out there and be known. Let
Yes.
everybody know, okay?
Mhm.
Because what? This
Mhm.
is a writing journey.
It
People
is.
have situations, they have problems, okay?
Mhm.
Show up
Mhm.
where your audience is showing up. Where are they showing up? Okay?
Mhm.
Where are they showing
Mhm.
up?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay? And even if you're but really, you know, they're everywhere. But when you
Mhm.
create your space, when you create that space, you're going to be able to, get that audience wherever they may be. Okay?
Mhm. Mhm.
There's
Mhm.
going to be an attraction there.
Yeah.
Because you remember, there's an energy that's going with it.
Yeah, it is.
Don't you know how
Absolutely.
sometimes you someplace and people has come up to you and they start talking, you don't even know these people. And girl, they tell you more than what you want to hear. And sometimes you say, "Oh wow, oh my
Story of
God,"
my life.
they done told me all their business.
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
don't even know these people.
Mhm.
But you see, there's an attraction there.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
That's why you have to walk true to your purpose.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Get out there and be known.
Get out there
Be
and be
known, and that's
known.
more than it's more than saying who you are. You don't even
Mhm.
have to say who you are when you have that certain
Mhm. Mhm.
magnetism that's attached
Mhm.
to you.
There's a
People
whole
say
aura around you.
the aura or whatever. There's a
Mhm.
certain thing about you that
Mhm.
I need to come over there because you see, there's an attraction there because a
Mhm.
person could be way over on that side and you
Yeah.
over here, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden then it came over here, and
Yeah.
they just told you all their problems, everything.
Yeah.
But now you're a
All
solution.
of it.
You're able
Mhm.
to give them a solution to their problem. How do they
Mhm.
know? They don't even
Mhm.
know you. They
Mhm.
never seen you.
Mhm.
They never
Mhm.
seen you before.
Yeah. Mhm.
You
They're
know?
drawn to you. They're like a moth to the flame.
Yeah.
And they just want to come over there and feel. That is like the story of my life. Like real life it is. It does not matter. I seemingly am always having someone who's drawn, and it's happened to me too. So
Hmm.
as in, I'll just go somewhere and I'm like, oh, I feel like I gotta know you. Who are you? I went over to the restaurant not too long ago, and as I was sitting at the booth, me and my friend, we were sitting at the booth and we was eating, and there was a gentleman that was sitting behind her, and I'm like, I need to know who you are. I need to talk to you. I said, I feel like I'm just drawn to you. I need to talk to you. Yeah, I just need to go on, whatever. So it happens. And
Yeah.
likewise, it always ends up happening to me as well. But like you just need to know that person, your energy, rather it's something negative that I feel and I need to shift your negative energy, or if it's something that I'm drawn to and I'm like, I feel like you're about to enhance my life in some type of way. I need to know
Hmm. Hmm.
who are you? What's your name? Where you come from? Where you born? What's your
Hmm.
mama's name? What's your blood type? I mean, and I will do something crazy like that just to open you up, just whatever. I say, don't answer all those questions, but it's just, hey, I want to know who you are. And
Hmm.
so that just starts, that's like my conversation starter or whatever the case may be, depending on my mood. But that just happens. But
Yeah.
even though you're saying like get out there and to be known, we need to get out there. Go to these little
Hmm.
networking events.
Hmm.
Go out here and start talking. Get out here on these internet streets
Hmm.
and make sure that you're talking and dialoguing with individuals. Sometimes it do get hard to have people to respond back to you, or you try to
Hmm.
create a little bit of dialogue in between there, and but you want to get out there and you want to be known.
Hmm.
And like I know sometimes we'll touch on this in a minute. I mean, we've touched on this before, and although um when we're writing our book, we're not writing it like for the glitz and glamour of everything, but I
Hmm.
mean, if we're admitting it, we kind of want to be a household name. It's
Hmm.
nice to be like, there's a show that Cheers, where sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
So you kind of do, but we're not writing for it to be like it's just a me situation. But I do
Mm-mm.
want you to know who I am. I do
Yeah.
want you to know, a little bit about who I am. But while we're out there making a name for ourselves, while we're out there talking and showcasing who it is that we are, make sure your life and your character match up with the content
Oh
that
yes. Oh
that you're
yes.
putting out there. You always have to make sure whatever it is that I'm talking about in my book, whatever my life is, my character, all
Hmm.
that needs to line up with each other. So I don't want to portray one thing and I'm
Oh
speaking
yes.
something. It's like that little show and tell. I'm showing you one person, but I'm telling you something different. Everything that I show and tell, they all have to line up. They both
Oh
have to be on the same page. And
yes.
I don't never want the energy that we were speaking of, how somebody says they're drawn to you or you're drawn to that
Hmm.
individual. You need to make sure that that's allowed. And when you do get that magnetic pull to that person,
Hmm.
sure that there's a positive impact that you're leaving on that
Yes.
individual. You never want to leave them. I'm drawn to you for a reason. Don't draw to me and I've left this negative spirit on you. I don't
That's
want
right.
you to come to me and you're depressed now. You might have came happy and now you're
Yes.
depressed. Shift you into feeling better. You might have been drawn to me because you needed a pep,
Yes.
So make
It's so
sure
true.
that you line up. Your content needs to line up with your character. It needs to be clear. It has to be clear.
Yes, and that's very important. Even when you were saying that, that even brings me to the point of even saying this, when you know who you are,
Hmm.
okay? I want you to
Hmm.
listen to this, authors. When you know who you are and
Hmm.
you know the power that's inside of you, because each of
Hmm.
us has power on the inside of us,
Come
okay?
on. Hmm.
We have power on the inside of us that could either, you know, um, grow something
Yeah.
or plant something. I mean,
Yeah.
excuse me, or kill something. Either
Yeah.
grow something or kill something.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I've always, no matter how a situation is, I'm
Hmm.
always mindful never
Yeah.
to kill anybody's spirit because I
Yeah.
know the power that I have inside of me. Never
Hmm.
to
This is
kill
well.
anybody's spirit, no matter
Hmm.
how they come at me, because I
Hmm.
know it's beyond that. I'm seeing beyond that, okay?
Yeah.
I'm seeing
Mhm.
beyond that. I'm seeing that
Mhm.
you're a hurt individual. I'm seeing
Yeah.
that you're a confused individual. I'm
Mhm.
seeing that you're
Mhm.
lashing out because you've been hurt and you're putting up walls. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
get to a point where, and even in your writing, never get to a point where you kill people's spirit. Don't do that.
Please
Okay.
don't.
Because that could kill somebody forever and they will never rise. Okay. And you see that in society a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who have been through hard times and
Yeah.
different situations and circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
try to rise up. They going,
Yeah.
they fighting through all this stuff. They're trying to rise up. And
Mm-hmm.
here, society slams them back down to the ground.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what happens to them? After a while, they just give up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to, as authors, make sure that our words do not kill people's spirit.
Yeah.
Always, show them a way out. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you're going to write your message in a way to show them, not if you're going to write your message in a way to show them their error, but also give them a way to correct that error. Don't kill their spirit
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because this could damage a person for a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even
Yeah.
in your speech,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter how people come at you. Because for me,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how they come at me. Okay?
Right. Right.
It doesn't matter. I
Mm-hmm.
always remember this. Do not
Mm-hmm.
kill their spirit.
Yeah.
Because that's why you have to know yourself. You have to know the power that you walk in. You have
Have
to
to.
know who you are.
Have to.
You got
Have
to
to.
know who you are.
Have to.
You
Have to.
see? A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, I want to write a book. I want to write a book. I want to do that. I got a message." Know who you
Mm-hmm.
are because it's
No,
a great. We talked about this. Being an author is a great responsibility.
it is absolutely.
Okay, it can
Mm-hmm.
either lift somebody up or tear
Mm-hmm.
somebody down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It can. There's a little statement that was out. It was a little phrase: "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never." I think that's the biggest lie ever.
Oh
Sticks
yeah.
and stones may break your bones, but words do hurt, and
Oh yeah.
words do matter. Words will kill you, or they will tear you down,
Yeah.
or they will lift you up, like you're saying. And
Yeah.
like you'll hear a statement. If somebody said to me that I was ugly, that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember when so and so told me that I was ugly. Like that's just something that you remember. You have to be very careful and mindful of the words that you use because
Mm-hmm.
those words are something that sticks with individuals. Like
Mm-hmm.
it will stay there. I will always remember certain things. I will always remember I never heard my mom say, or I never heard my dad do, or he said this to me and she said that to me. You're always going to remember those things.
Mm-hmm.
Those are words, they matter. The life
Mm-hmm.
and death is in this thing right here.
That's right.
So you can build a person up or tear them down. Be careful of the things that you say because
That's
that's
right.
going to stick with you. Them
That's
words
gonna
hurt.
stick with you. And if the author if you're author, you have that type of attitude, go sit
Mm-hmm.
down, get
Yeah,
some,
get it.
counseling, get something. But don't bring that to your audience. Don't
Don't
bring
do
that to
that.
your audience.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, we are solution. We are
Mm-hmm.
full of solutions.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the problem. Don't ever be the problem. People have enough problems, and
Yes, yes.
I think breaking the bones would be better than the words,
The
because
word,
at
because
least the bones will heal. But
it's gonna. Oh,
words are life. Okay, words are life. Okay, words
come,
live, and they
come on.
live forever. You can't do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You just can't
Oh,
recover from words. Some people still not
mm-mm.
recovering from words,
It's
and that
stuck in you,
that moves us into what? Create momentum.
creating
You
momentum.
got to have momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have that energy because you
Mm-hmm.
got to bring this thing forth. Your
Yeah.
book,
Mhm,
create momentum.
mhm,
It comes from when it's in here.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
I won't even say in here because, this shifts in at church, but it's
Yeah,
in the heart.
come in here.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
The mouth
Okay.
speaks.
That's
Uh-huh.
where you get from the core. That's where you write
Mhm,
from,
mhm, mhm,
because this is
mhm,
subject to change. This
mhm.
is based on feelings, my
Yeah.
feelings, or how
Mhm,
I feel. But
mhm,
when you write from here,
mhm,
oh, that's a different thing.
mhm.
That's the connector there. That's
Uh-huh,
the connector, not
uh-huh,
here.
uh-huh.
Okay, because here, you this same things that's gonna tear people down. It
Yeah.
depends on how you think and how you feeling.
Mhm.
You're
Mhm.
not thinking about nobody else. You're thinking about yourself. But when it's
Uh-huh.
coming from here,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mhm.
it's heartfelt.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
create that momentum. You
Mhm.
know, you got
Mhm.
to create that momentum. You see, that's a part, Tiffany, of
Mhm.
showing up. That's
Yeah.
a part of creating your presence. Create
Mhm.
that momentum.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
create that momentum.
Mhm. Mhm. You got to
Because
create
if
it.
you're not excited about it,
Mhm.
if it doesn't mean nothing to
Mhm.
you, it's not going to mean anything to your readers.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
You got to set that stage. You got to create that momentum. You can't wait for somebody to create that for you.
Mhm.
Visionary, you're author, you're a visionary.
Mhm.
You've seen for them what they can't see for themselves
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
you have the solution.
Mhm.
Now you got to see how to get them to see
Mhm.
what you see for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it has to be a momentum. It has to be an energy that comes from that.
Has to. It
It has
has
to be
to.
exciting. You remember we talked about one of the broadcasts. We talked about the message has to be exciting.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. It needs to be. Mhm.
Yeah.
I need to know what your message is. Uh-huh. That is. I need to know. I need to know. But that momentum is major, because momentum can go both ways.
Mhm.
Because momentum is the speed of movement, rather it's moving fast or slow.
Mhm.
And so you can gain momentum or you can lose it. But the
Oh
goal
yeah.
is to always be moving forward and to be in a progressive state. Because earlier we were talking about creating, and creating was just basically evolving from one's own thoughts or their imaginations or whatsoever. You
Mhm.
always want to be able to create a forward moving progression. You always
Mhm.
want to be able to go forward. You never want to go stagnated when going backwards.
Mhm.
MC, I want to see if I can get these words to this particular song. MC Hammer had a song out a long time ago, actually, and here I go. If you can't tell by now, I like music, but he had a song out that was called "Gaining Momentum." And at the exodus of the song, he had says, "When your life is gonna blow up, moving, improving, that's what we're doing. Nothing negative. Get in, cause your mind will be ruined. Aim for the top and go straight up, and nothing will stop you when you're gaining momentum. When you're on a roll, you got to keep going. The unfortunate
Oh
thing
yeah.
is, like he said, your mind will be ruined if you let negative stuff get in your way. You can't let that negative stuff get in your way, because when you get that negative stuff get in your way, then you start to lose momentum. The thing
Mhm.
is, we want to always make
Oh yeah.
forward progression. So if something negative, find a way to take off the negativity of it and make it a positive so we can continue to move forward. We want to create a forward moving progression. Keep the negative stuff away from you. If somebody is a negative Nancy, remove negative Nancy, because you don't need her around, because we're going forward. We're pushing
Yes.
forward. We're progressing here. We can't allow anybody else to stop us from creating this forward moving momentum. We got to be progressing. Time
Got
out,
to.
because the year is going. How many countdown now is almost
Yeah.
next, and the years is progressing, the days is progressing, the months is progressing. Yeah, I did that backwards, but things are still going forward. We can't afford not to go forward. We always have to be creating a forward moving progression. Let's not lose
Yeah.
momentum, let's gain it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, thrive forward. That's what
Uh,
we got to do. Thrive
have,
forward. You got to go forward.
have to.
Because what if you don't have that momentum? Those wheels won't turn, and then it
Man,
depends on the speed. And
wait.
that's another thing. The speed, how fast you want to go,
That part. Hello.
and how
Hello.
fast, like you say, these months and these weeks and these
Mhm,
years are passing. Don't have
mhm.
time to slow down.
No, they
Don't
ain't
have
stopping.
time. Don't have time. Technology isn't slowing down. You go
Exactly.
buy a new phone today, and it's
Uh-huh.
already outdated.
It is. I got to do the update on my phone right now. It is always updated, whether it's 15, 15.2, 15.8, whatever it is. It's always updating. It's always going forward. And it's always
Yeah,
making sure that it gives you the best security, gives you the best updates,
that's it.
whatever it is that's going to keep you functioning. If these things can update, how come we can't?
No, and that's it. Because maybe we're afraid to start a movement.
Man.
Sometimes people, they're in the background, okay, and they're
Yeah.
waiting for somebody to start because they
Yeah.
don't like to be a pioneer, okay.
Mhm.
But
Man.
they'll jump on that bandwagon. Just think of the great responsibility that you have to
Mhm.
start a movement,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
we're talking about maximizing your potential. This is a
Yes.
movement. This is
Mhm.
going into 2022. Matter of
Mhm.
fact, that's what the next book going to be about
Mhm.
when we do
Yeah.
this collaboration
Mhm.
about, maximizing your potential.
To
That's what the
have to.
course is about.
Mhm.
Maximizing your potential.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
that's a
Mhm.
movement. I
Mhm.
want to see business owners. I want to see women
Yeah.
maximize their potential. I don't want them
Maximize
to be
it.
stuck. Okay. I
Mhm.
don't want them to just sit back and say, "Oh, I can't do this. What else can I do? Should I go
Mhm.
borrow money here? Should I go borrow money? Why? Why should you
Mhm.
need to even go borrow money when
Mhm.
everything you need is inside of you?"
It's in you. It's in you. It's in you. Stop being lazy. And that's
Yep.
how, how I'm seeing this thing when you're saying start a movement. The way that I see it is start moving, period. So, because a movement is the act, process, or the result of moving. And that's the catch is you need to start moving, period. That's how I took
That's
that.
all right. That's all right.
Because the catch is sometimes we just get stuck and we don't want to do anything or we're getting paralyzed by them fears. Start moving. Yes, granted, we want to start a movement, but start moving because maybe in that process, how we were talking about creating momentum, sometimes you lose the momentum. If
Yeah.
you lose the momentum, okay, negative that came in, you know what? Start movement.
Start
It's
moving.
the
Start moving.
result of moving. So we're not going to stop. We're not going to even yield right now. We're going on a
Nope.
forward progression. We are going to start a movement because we're start moving and we're going
Start
to make
moving.
sure that we're going forward. We're going to
That's
go
it.
forward.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we
And
love
we, huh?
Go ahead. I'm
No,
listening to
no,
you. Go
no.
ahead.
That's true. Start moving because some people got stuck, right? And they stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
2022, start
Mm-hmm.
moving forward. So
Mm-hmm.
we hope that, you have gotten value out of this broadcast and, to see that, that you need to show up and you need to show up big for this upcoming year.
Mm-hmm.
Show up in your unapologetically self. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Come
Remember,
on.
are bigger
Come
than
on.
what you could ever think. There's
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
much inside of you. There's so much value inside of you.
Yeah.
I call
Yeah.
them your treasures, your gems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Start
Mm-hmm.
tapping into what you have
Mm-hmm.
on the inside. I
Yeah.
promise you'll never run out of topics. You'll never
Mm-hmm.
run out of anything to write about for
You
your
won't.
ideal audience.
You won't. You
You'll
will.
never run out.
You're always gonna have something. When you tap into you, listen, it, tap into your message, tap into what's inside of you. You'll never run dry.
Never, never.
Especially if you're continuously reading and stuff, you ain't running
Oh,
dry.
yeah. Rivers of living water, because there's nothing but life inside of us to
Yeah.
cause things to grow again. And when we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about causing things to grow again, that's
Mm-hmm.
maximizing your potential. So you don't have
Absolutely.
those books sitting around in the corner, in the garage,
Mhm.
in boxes deteriorating.
Yeah.
And that part, right? That part. So, with that being said, don't forget to share this message out with your friends.
Yeah.
We enjoyed having you all on the broadcast today, and we
Grateful for
look
you.
forward to seeing you the next time.
Yeah.
Remember, this is your time, this is your season, this is your turning point. So, have a great rest of your day.
Grace and peace, y'all.